My roommate kept snoring and refused to address it, so I recorded her and played it whenever she tried to rest. I work on a cruise ship as a performer. We live on the ship, and depending on the route, we only dock every 2 to 4 days. So basically, you're stuck with whoever your roommate is for weeks at a time. The thing about being a performer is we get to pick our roommates. My roommate Sarah seemed cool when we first met. We talked about work schedules, sleep habits, all the normal stuff. She never once mentioned that she snored. And I'm not talking about cute little snores. I'm talking about sounds that could wake the dead. Our room has bunk beds, and I'm on top. The first night I heard her snoring, I genuinely thought something was wrong. She was making these choking sounds like she couldn't breathe. I literally almost fell out of my bunk trying to climb down to check if she was okay. But nope, she was fine. Just snoring so loud I thought the walls were shaking. I tried everything. I bought the strongest earplugs I could find. Didn't work. I have these big over-the-ear headphones that I use for music, and I'd blast songs trying to drown out the noise. I could still hear her snoring through the music. Here's how loud it was. Our room is right near where they drop the anchor when we dock at ports. That anchor is insanely loud, like shake your entire body loud. And I could hear Sarah's snoring over the anchor, over the sound of metal chains and machinery that weighs thousands of pounds. After about a week of barely sleeping, I talked to her. I was super nice about it. I said, "Hey Sarah, I don't know if you know this, but you snore really loud, and I'm having trouble sleeping. Maybe we could find a solution together." She just shrugged and went, "Oh yeah, I've been told that before, but I sleep fine, so I don't really see it as a problem." I couldn't believe it. I explained that I was getting like 3 hours of sleep a night and it was affecting my work. She literally said, "Well, that sounds like a you problem." I tried talking to management about switching roommates, but they told me snoring isn't considered a valid reason to switch unless something major happens. Apparently me going insane from lack of sleep doesn't count as major. I did my best to deal with it for 2 more weeks, but then I had the worst day of my life. I got up at 9 in the morning for rehearsals, did 2 shows that day, plus meet and greets with passengers, didn't officially finish work until 11 at night. I was exhausted, and I had to be up at 6 the next morning for another full day. I got back to the room around 11:30. Sarah was already asleep and snoring like a freight train. I laid there staring at the ceiling, listening to her choke and snore for 4 straight hours. At 3:30 in the morning, I finally fell asleep. My alarm went off at 6. I had gotten 2 hours of sleep. That's when I decided I was done playing nice. I pulled out my phone and recorded her snoring. Got a solid 5-minute clip of her making the most horrible sounds you've ever heard. Choking, gasping, snoring so loud my phone speaker was vibrating. The next day I came back to the room during my break. Sarah was there and said she was gonna take a nap before her shift. Perfect. She laid down and closed her eyes. I pulled out my phone, turned the volume all the way up, and hit play on her snoring recording. Her eyes shot open immediately. She sat up and looked at me like I had completely lost my mind. "What the hell are you doing? Turn that off." I just stared at her and said really calmly, "Well, this is you snoring, and you told me it's not a big deal, so why should I turn it off?" Her face went red. She started yelling at me, calling me crazy and immature. Then she grabbed her stuff and stormed out of the room. For the next 3 days, every single time she tried to rest in our room, I played that recording. If she came in for a nap, I played it. If she tried to go to bed early, I played it. She couldn't sleep at all. On day 4, I got called into a meeting with our manager. Sarah had filed a complaint against me saying I was playing loud noises to harass her. But when the manager asked me to explain my side, I told him everything. About the snoring, about me asking her to find a solution, about her refusing to even try. I even played him the recording. His eyes went wide. He looked at Sarah and said, "You've been snoring like this and refused to address it? That's completely unfair to your roommate." Sarah started arguing, but the manager cut her off. He told her she was being difficult and that my need for sleep was just as important as hers. Sarah was furious that he didn't take her side. She kept trying to make me sound like the villain, but the manager wasn't having it. He said we clearly couldn't live together anymore and arranged for both of us to get new roommates. Sarah didn't talk to me for the rest of the contract, and honestly, I finally got some sleep.